Morning, how you doing? I'm Jake Humphrey, you're watching Sportsround. It is time to get excited. The finals at Wimbledon, the British Grand Prix, the Tour de France. I tell you, the next 48 hours are going to be massive. I think it's time to kick off this huge sporting weekend with our very own 15 minutes of great sports action. Here's what's in store today. After 2 weeks of this, and not too much of this, Lizzie's live with the latest tennis news. 6 months ago it was Lewis who, now it's Lewis mania, but can Hamilton bag the British GP? And it was hot, loud and seriously scary, but have I got what it takes to work in an F1 pit lane? Oh, a good show, and I tell you, those cars seem even faster when they're about 3 inches from your face. But stick around to see how I did, and of course, for our Lewis Hamilton exclusive. But first, it's a big day down at Wimbledon, where they're playing the men's semi-finals and the women's final. Lizzie is on the roof as the master of all she surveys, watching over all the tennis. And Lizzie, when I'm there, it rains. When you're there, it looks like the sun shines.
Jake, I like to think that the sun comes out for good people. It's a beautiful day here at Wimbledon. We've got some girls' tennis going on behind me. Summer has finally arrived. In fact, it arrived yesterday, which meant that they managed to have a full day's play. It was like 2 weeks Wimbledon excitement packed into one day. The men's semi-final lineup was decided. Reigning champion Roger Federer, he's going to play Richard Gasquet, and Novak Djokovic is going to take on Rafael Nadal. Now, a quick trivia question for you, Jake.
Okay.
Which holiday destination does Rafael Nadal come from?
Well, I know he's Spanish. Holiday destination, Spain, Tenerife.
No, kind of close, well, not really that close geographically. It's actually Mallorca. I love it when I beat you, Jake. Now, as well as men's semi-final, it's also ladies' finals day today. 3 times champion Venus Williams takes on the outsider Marion Bartley, who had to knock out the tournament favourite and world #1 to reach this, which is going to be her first ever major final. It should be a fantastic game.
Venus Williams is in the final again, the 6th time.
It's easy to get nervous, and it's normal and it's human, but what's important is how you deal with the nerves. You can't let it stop you. So even if I get nervous, I definitely won't let it stop me.
Stunning performance. It's just getting better and better for Venus Williams. She's going to be mighty difficult to beat.
It's wonderful to have your family with you, people who love you, win, lose, or draw, who support you and understand you. So I love having my family here, especially Serena, because she lost and had an injury, but she's still here supporting me.
I started to play in the tennis. We had only 3 tennis courts in my village with only 2,000 people. So to be in the Wimbledon final, to start from that low and to be that high now, it's just amazing. You know, it's just, I can't believe it right now. Really, I can't believe what I achieved.
But just look what I've done.
Definitely, I believe I can win. Otherwise, it's not. I won't go into the court tomorrow if I'm sure I will lose. I mean, it's better to give her directly the trophy. No, I really believe I have my chance tomorrow. Really, definitely.
Oh, Jake, who do you reckon's going to win?
I would have said that Enan was in the final, so what do I know? I'm going to go for Venus Williams.
Oh, I see. You're probably right. But I think Bartley, if she plays like she did yesterday, you know, she could just sneak it. That match starts sometime after 2 o'clock. Now, you know, being up on the roof here at Wimbledon, it really gives you an idea of the scale of this place. It is absolutely enormous. Thousands, literally thousands of people work at Wimbledon over the fortnight. So what's it like behind the scenes? Well, I've been to find out. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, 3 hours before play starts here at Wimbledon, but already the place is waking up. In fact, it's a hive of activity. These are the towels that the players have been using on court. Is this just for these few courts here, or is this for the whole? This is the whole of the Wimbledon court, all the towels, and they have to then go off to the cleaners. It's a very long 2 weeks. Wimbledon takes its toll on the ground staff. It's 10:02 on the dot. The gates are open. Wimbledon is open for business. In come the fans. The press and TV operation here at Wimbledon is absolutely enormous. There are hundreds of journalists from all over the world. Miles and miles of cables. 67 cameras. And then they're on the air.
Hello, welcome to Wimbledon, day 9 of the championship.
The famous green doors. These are the doors that the players come into and out of when they're coming onto court. Hello, I'm Lizzie, Sportsround. Can you show me where the players go when they come in and out of the green door? Is someone carrying their bag?
No, they carry their own, except on finals day.
Can you show me the locker rooms?
Yeah, sure.
It's a long way, isn't it?
This is the ladies' dressing room.
Serena Williams, Ivanovic, Hingis, Enan, Mauresmo. I'm just going to have a look. You can't come in, I can go in. Well, I'll tell you what it looks like. I got to tell you, Jake, those were the smartest changing rooms I've ever seen. And I've been to some pretty smart changing rooms. There were strawberries, cushions, massage, treatment tables, ladies ready to pamper you. Amazing.
Not cushions, Lizzie. How very posh. Did you go in the blokes' changing rooms, though? Because I imagine in there it's probably a wooden bench and a games console or something.
I did actually. I snuck a peek. No, luckily there were no blokes in there at the time. It was very plain, just sort of wooden stuff. Bit boring and definitely no cushions. Before I go, Jake, I've just got to tell you, if you want to catch the action here from Wimbledon, and it's going to be fantastic today, it really is. It's all live on the BBC. Back to you.
Lizzie, you're looking pretty in pink. Now, what are the chances of you sneaking onto centre court today? Because I know how strict the security is at Wimbledon.
No chance.
It's not going to happen, is it? All right, we'll go and watch something on court 14. See you later on.
Bye.
All the best. Thanks, Lizzie. And if all the action at Wimbledon has got you in the mood for some tennis, then do this. Head over to the CBBC website, click on Sport on the left-hand side, and then you're straight through to the Sportsround homepage, where there's loads of brilliant stuff, and you can actually find a game that I've quite simply become addicted to. It's called TARDIS Tennis, and loads of you lot love it, and the best thing is the games are never rained off, so you can enjoy tennis on the telly and on the internet all day today. Genius. Now then, as we know, Wimbledon is fantastic, but if it's a little quiet and reserved for you, then you're in luck, because tomorrow it's the British Grand Prix at Silverstone, where Lewis Hamilton will be looking to extend his lead over all the other drivers and move closer to being crowned champion, all in his first season. Now, we know that loads of you are big Lewis fans, so we thought it was about time we spoke to the man himself, and he's got a few admirers, you know.
I'm going to be next Lewis Hamilton. No, I'm going to be the next Lewis Hamilton. I'm going to be the next Lewis Hamilton. I am the next Lewis Hamilton.
It seems that everybody wants to be the next Lewis Hamilton, but what does it take to go from zipping around in these to bagging victories in Formula One?
I mean, when you're racing, just never, I always say, you never give up. You know, I have fantastic races where it's not gone so well, I've been at the back and I've worked my way through the front. You just never give up. But I think what's most important is that you can't just be a racing driver and rely on talent. You need to be smart, and you need to be able to outsmart everyone else. So make sure you stick in school, learn as much as you can, and get some good grades, and then focus on your racing.
And let's face it, as he burns up the track showing the kids how it's done, Lewis looks almost as good as he does when racing in his F1 car. I imagine you're getting lots of texts and phone calls from your mates going, Lewis, call me back, because you're one busy guy. I mean, it's almost like Hamilton mania around the UK now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And, you know, after every Grand Prix, I get something like 200 to 250 text messages. And it's impossible to reply to them all, because by the time you get to, you know, and by the time I get to the next race, I've just got them all.
Get sore fingers, I imagine.
Yeah. And, you know, I just about get 200 done, and then the next race happens, and it's the same again. I really am living the life in the fast lane, because it's just non-stop, and just be able to control that, make sure you've got time for training, time for family, time for friends. It's very, very hard, but I love the whole experience.
And what I really want to know is, when the door closes at the Hamilton house, do you still help your mum with the washing up?
I do absolutely. With the dishes, she does my laundry. I think, you know, that's the same for every youngster. I always clean up after myself, and I'm trying to take a lot of weight off her shoulders.
And talking of cleaning up, hoping to clean up the F1 World Championship this season, is that your aim now that you're so far ahead?
It's still so long to go, and really to be focused on the World Championship to win the title just adds pressure on myself. I don't need it. I'm here to enjoy myself, to do a good job, which I'm doing, and to try and continue with that. And I think, you know, if I continue doing the job, same approach as I'm doing now, then we'll see what happens at the end.
Thank you very much. Great to meet you, and I'm glad you still do the washing up.
And yeah, thank you very much. Cheers.
Thanks a lot. What a guy, and what a year he's having, right? And how showbiz is this? As soon as we finished chatting, he was helicoptered straight back to Silverstone for more practice. Not that he really needs much more practice, but I too have been down to the home of British motorsport, and not content with just watching, I wanted to get a little closer to the action. And boy, did I get close. a Formula One car, a driver stood next to it about to race, and the reason why I'm here isn't just to check out the cars, listen to the noise and see what really happens behind the scenes at F1. Today, I've been set a very special challenge. I'm going to become a member of the Formula One pit crew. But we're not talking about any old job. My mission is to help change the tyres. In a few minutes, this will be me. Are you Paul?
I am, you must be Jake.
I was told to find someone in an orange top, and it was a little bit confusing at first.
You've got a lot of choices. Welcome to the Spiker Garage, Jake.
Thank you. You're going to demonstrate first, is that the plan?
We'll do a quick demo of how we use the gun. You line up.
Yeah.
Run it off.
That was quick.
Switch the gun over.
Oh, yeah.
Pull the pin, hand up.
Right,
job done.
There we go. My first ever attempt at being part of the pit lane crew. So that's... Right,
yeah, that's the correct way.
On.
Yes.
Off. Switch
over.
It over.
Back on.
On.
Keep going. That's it. No. Forgot the button.
Pull out the button and then hand on the...
You're done. Go again. The problem will probably come when Jake gets a bit nervous. He'll forget to pull the red button, which will lock the wheel nut on. So I'd have thought when the nerves set in, when the car stops right under his nose, that's when it'll happen. The other main danger for Jake is getting run over by the car. Perfect. Excellent. With a bit more practice, you might get a little bit quicker.
I'm actually getting really nervous. I may well have the headphones and the special Spiker t-shirt on, but I've got to be honest, when I was practicing with the gun, I couldn't quite get to grips with pulling out the red thing. I couldn't quite get to grips with turning the thing in the right place. The cars flying past me are very loud, and with every second that passes by, the nerves are jangling. I just don't want to mess it up. Eventually, it was time to stop watching the cars and prepare for my big moment. I ran through the moves in the garage one last time. Then before I knew it, I was on my knees and in the pit lane. It was my moment. Well, this was it. No second chances. I managed to get the gun onto the wheel and get the tyres swapped. That was the easy part. But would I remember the all-important red button? Yes! And then it was over in an absolute blur. I didn't even have time to get scared. Well, what do you reckon then?
Not bad at all, that's very good for a first attempt.
The nerves when that car comes straight at you, then when it pulls away at something as well.
Yeah, it's quite noisy as well, isn't it? Well
Thank you
done.
very much.
You could actually get a job on the pit stop crew like that.
Really? What, making the tea?
So. I think so.
Yeah,
a bit more practice.
Go on, let's go.
Excellent.
Little did I know that I'm not very good at making tea either, and I was nervous just watching that once again. It kind of brought back all the memories of being on my knees, and when the car comes towards you, not a nice feeling, but there was a good feeling of satisfaction at the end of it. Fantastic. And thanks to everyone at Spiker who helped us out. They were really friendly, and good luck to them and everyone else getting involved in the British Grand Prix this weekend. Of course, Lewis Hamilton as well. Now, whether you're watching or playing sport this weekend, I hope your team do the business. If you tune over to BBC One very soon, you can see some more tennis. But right now, we'll leave you with proof that even top tennis stars find it hard to keep their feet and their heads. See ya.